Before we get into this, let me highlight that there is a split. There's a split here, all right? So, on that axis of Capricorn and Cancer, there is a split. And that split is those who are recognizing that there are two directions where I could choose to channel my energy into as a priority. That is the 10th house that I'm striving for, or the 4th house that I'm striving for. Well, we've already learned the lesson of striving for the 10th house, the Capricorn theory, corporate America, the goal to attain more money, more consumption, more status, more merit, more accolades, more things to brag about, compete with, or compare ourselves to with others. We learn that lesson with Capricorn-Pluto transit. Now, having prepared ourselves internally to realize the value in hindsight of what we betrayed in order to pursue that. The 4th house, Cancer. Who is the guardian of that consciousness? Who's the guardian of that realm? Our women. Women of society who were duped and tricked by feminism and all of the consequences that came from that. This is not just about females, but it's a reminder of what happened to them when they fell for that. You see the outcome all over the West, all over America. And I know they're seeing the outcome too. Now, regardless, whether you're male or you're female, chasing for that Capricorn theory ruthlessly through Machiavellian spirit, ruthlessness, greed, leaning into your dark energies and your shadows to desensitize yourself to become the wolf, the predator, the monster. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? 4th house, the soul, recovery of the soul. To contract with the inner child. Will we achieve it? There is a sea of simple-minded, shallow personalities incapable of reaching and achieving the status of authenticity, being the self, claiming a true and clarified identity, knowing from the conviction of the body, of the spirit, who they are and what they came here to do, with their services, their contribution through love, compassion, from the source, Matriarchal mother. These are the living. The living are those who have compassion radiating in the spirit, understanding. Those who want to know the truth and refuse to settle for the little doggy snacks of lies, propaganda, convenient information. Beautiful, charming, charismatic faces who tell you sweet nothings and you consume it. Don't even question it. Are you aimless? Are you lost? Are you thoughtless? Do you have an identity? Or are you clinging and hiding behind somebody else's? Do you just take what they hand out to you and make it your own? What is your spirit producing? What is your soul bringing forth? What is your portion to show up with in the name of love? Are you still afraid of love? Are you still afraid of the challenges that comes with love and what it expects you to prove for it? We've been considering the wrong things. Wisdom stands as the principal thing. Wisdom. Wisdom stands as the principal thing. Wisdom. Cancer, Jupiter, in retrograde has us reflecting on What's the main value that's missing? And the internal infrastructures of our emotional needs and demands for emotional security, abundance, and sustenance that could take us through what's expected of us in the long-term plans of Capricorn Stellium, the intention that we set with this new moon. The fact that Venus is in Aquarius, it has us to take our consideration of value outside of the norms and the patterns that so far have been manifested in nothing but futility. Understand, same patterns over and over again, but not getting the desired outcome or result. South Node Virgo, you know we just came from that. This is the narcissistic mindset where we pick everything apart, and the insecurity of the self that we should be so perfect, knowing that that has failed, and reflecting that same attitude on others to assume that they should be perfect. Therefore, the opportunity with them should fail. So it becomes something that we initiate as self-undoing, self-sabotage, sabotaging the opportunities that we have before us to move us forward or to grow us, because subconsciously we believe that we don't deserve it. This goes back to the 12th house. Have we learned these lessons? Who's been doing it to you? You have. If you look at your Cancer Jupiter retrograde placement, Jupiter has a very heavy gravitational pull on what's being reflected on. It's a very heavy pull, that gravitation. It way outweighs that entire stellium shifting from Capricorn into Aquarius. It outweighs that Jupiter. Well, Jupiter outweighs that stellium. So this is where the deepest need is at. This is what's most important. That's what's most critical. The Capricorn aspect is secondary. The Cancer aspect is primary. This is a reconstruction, internalized, not externalized. It's internalized reconstruction. There's a correlationship that we have to acknowledge if it's going to happen. This is really through intimacy. Capricorn is where you run into crisis with your shadows, crisis with your inner demons, the inability to let go, the inability to acknowledge, the inability to take charge of these forces, take command of these forces, where they end up leading you out of fear, greed, competition, materialism, striving for merit and status, all of that to avoid intimacy, all of that to avoid having to trust someone else, to avoid having to surrender into the 8th house. Fugitives. I'm going to indulge in Capricorn because I'm running away from love. I'm running away from intimacy. I'm running away from what really lasts and matters in life. And that is, who's coming to my funeral? What are they going to say about me at my funeral? What are the memories that they're going to hold up about me and speak on when I check out of here? Who did I make laugh? Who did I make smile? Who did I pick weight up off of? Who did I defend? Who did I get angry for? Who did I cry for? Who did I advocate for? Who did I pour into? These are the only things that have lasting meaning in life. Nothing else does. Who loves you? Who do you love? Who trusts you? Who do you trust? And we can't keep using the excuse, I don't have nobody. Why is that? When are we going to look at ourselves and take accountability for the fact that we have not created it? We have not created that status. We have not created that outcome. We have not created that reality. When are we going to stop blaming circumstance, other people? Oh, so-and-so's a narcissist. Such and such didn't go my way. Oh, they're all out to get me. Why don't we have the ability to create that reality, that experience, that outcome? Why? The laws of this universe has to submit to what we hold as true in ourselves. It has to. It has to follow through. We're not going anywhere without intimacy. You can hang it up. You're dead in the fucking water. You're not going nowhere without intimacy. And when I say intimacy, God help you if you think I'm talking about you fucking somebody. God help you. Don't look for anything shiny on the outside. Don't look for anything fancy on the outside. Take consideration of the real value at hand. We're here to innovate. We're here to lean into what gives us a greater probability for community. Community starts with intimate connections because it's a place where vulnerabilities can go. It's a place where imperfections are safe and can be nurtured. It's a place where our dreams, our thoughts, our opinions, our beliefs are safe and they can get sharpened within a safe environment as well. Where are you going without intimacy? Riddle me that. Where are you going without intimacy? You'll never grow without intimacy. That's the 8th house. Respect that. You have to create intimacy. And it starts right in here. It starts right in here. Make the way, not excuses, you heard? It's recognizing that you have to create. You have to co-create at the 8th house. A fortress for yourself. A reality for yourself. A world for yourself, an environment for yourself. For your vulnerabilities to thrive. For your weaknesses to be covered. For your secrets to be preserved. For your dreams to be watered and nurtured. For your sensitivities and imperfections to be celebrated until they grow. It's your responsibility to create it. And when opportunity comes, we've got to know how to co-create, not leave it on the other person to create it, to sustain it, to nurture it, to water it, to protect it, to defend it, to advocate for it, to remember it. Our narcissism has gotten us into deep shit. We've lost our most ancestral memory as civilized persons in this life. to where we don't even know how to show up in intimacy. We don't know how to show up in the eighth house. We don't know how to co-create love. We don't know how to sustain love. We don't know how to sustain and maintain, take care of, manage, treat, honor, reverence, intimate connections. Not without a dick and a pussy. Without sex and consideration, do you know how to maintain an intimate connection? Ask yourself, nobody else is in the room except for me and you. Be honest. Do you know how to do it? Are you lost when it comes to intimacy? Are you frozen? The spirit is not going to give up on longing for that intimacy. Your soul is not going to give up on knowing that it needs that for its food, its sustenance, for its vitality. And as long as you ignore it, all you're going to do is go to the empty calories. Instead of eating your fruits, your vegetables, your macronutrients, your proper diet, what are you going to do? You're going to stop at McDonald's and get some of that human flesh. You're going to get a nice big fried juicy chicken. You're going to eat candy bars and donuts, soda, fucking Kool-Aid. All this junk that gives you a feeling of feeding yourself, a feeling of nurturing yourself, but you're killing yourself. You're dishonoring yourself. You're betraying yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're feeding yourself disease, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, inflammation. The sensation of being full but still malnourished. Imagine that. 7,000 calories and not a drop of nutrients in your fucking body. That's the alternative. And that's the cycle that we're going to continue if we don't fucking get this right. We're going to keep going in a cycle. And you are going to want to pretend to be a goddamn victim. Oh, somebody hurt me. Why did it go this way? Why did it go that way? Oh, that's messed up. Y'all bitches ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Oh, I'll just be by myself. Oh, I'll just be by myself. This toxic energy just moving around and fermenting in the body, and it's not doing any good. But lacking the courage to admit that you created it. If you don't know what intimacy is, if you do not know how to love, how to maintain healthy connections, how to participate in mutual covering, mutual advocacy, mutual watering, mutually pouring into, mutually exchanging support, love, care. If you don't know how to do it, admit it to yourself. Come clean, confess, and then seek it. Seek to understand, seek to know, seek to learn, seek to improve, seek to incorporate it. Educate yourself. The mind is powerful. But you can't keep going on like that. We can't keep doing this. Our revolution is learning how to love without it being transactional. Learning how to show up for each other without it being competitive or transactional. Learning how to cover each other. From a sincere place. We will never have happiness for ourselves if we don't learn. Aquarius Venus. What relationship connections and initiations are going to take me out of this cycle of futility? What's going to get me out of having the same results with the same motherfuckers that I consider through the South Node attitude of Virgo? Too much scrutiny, too much judgment, too much expectations of outside things that must be right, that must be perfect. Well, guess what? Human beings are imperfect, but yet the assumption that value doesn't come with them is your tragedy, not theirs. Understand that. Life will never mean anything until we do. And you're always going to find that you're burnt out. You're exhausted. You're out of gas. You're tired. Because Capricorn cannot run without Cancer. It cannot move without Cancer. You can be as ambitious and determined as you want, but without nurturing, you're only going but so far. And we've already learned the lesson of solitude. We learned the lesson of the number 9 energy, the Hermit card. It's time to find the courage to connect with others. Who have also learned that lesson. And begin to create, produce, expand, serve, and enlighten. That's when life is going to make sense. That's when you are going to realize that you have the power to create the community that you know should have been there all along. That's when we have the sensation of joining hands around a cause. That's when we can trust each other. Your hiding places is only making you worse. It's not improving. We have Mars in opposition to Jupiter retrograde. That is Mars in Capricorn and Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Mars is intensifying our impulse to create external security. External security. Through a long-term goal. And with Mars in exalted status in Capricorn, he overpowers Mercury, who wants to consider the details. As Mars is overpowering the consideration of those details, it can feel like an internal conflict where we're looking at the long-term strategy and the nuances of it. And our impulsiveness wants us to get ahead or get in a rush to build an external infrastructure of security for ourselves that we can rely on and depend upon. However, balance to that consideration is being asked of us through the opposition of this Cancer Jupiter expression. Retrograde, internalize. It's looking at the internal infrastructure. And whether or not we are allowing the competence to come, the maturity to come about what our emotional needs and interests are in everything that we consider. And rather or not what we intend, the outcomes that we want, rather or not it's inspired by, rooted in, sourced from, founded upon the matriarchal consideration in the self. That is, to recognize our conscience as superior, to recognize our moral convictions as superior, to recognize and see that the bond, the peace treaty between you and inner child, it is superior. It is law of land. Our moral compass should not be betrayed. Our sense of emotional security must always take precedence. And Jupiter also reveals to us that we realize we need expansion of emotional abundance in our life to find the confidence to accomplish this long-term trajectory of the Capricorn stellium. Because with a stellium, it indicates that our entire life has to be restructured. And it's going to be emotionally demanding. And intimacy is a limitation of capacity that we have. You will go no farther than your intimacy. You will produce no more than the limitations of your intimacy that you allow yourself. This is the building of Noah's Ark. It's the building of Noah's Ark. It's like a storm is on the way. And you have to prepare. And you have to choose wisely who you're taking with you. Who should be in that ark with you? Whoever it is, it has to be of a Jupiter nature, a Jupiter consistency, a Cancer Jupiter energy. It has to be those who understand how to console. It has to be those who understand how to comfort. It has to be those who understand how to advocate. Those who are in tune with the divine feminine and intuitive forces. It doesn't need to be a whole bunch of people. It doesn't need to be a crowd. Even if it's one person, honor that connection. Protect that connection. Preserve that connection. And show up for it. Don't sit on your fucking ass. Just being the taker, the receiver. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You're entitled. But you're not showing up. Make sure everything is mutual. Take care of each other. And if you don't know how to do that, it can never be a fault that you don't know how to do something. It can never be a fault that you don't know how to be somebody. It's only a fault when you do not initiate the interest, the will to learn. That is a crime. It's a problem. It's a sin. Because you don't want to know. And the only thing to resort back on from there is your sense of entitlement. Demand. And narcissism. in particular do you need this emotional security to align with? It is consistent with your Cancer house placement. Your Cancer house placement, or placements plural, if it is on a cusp. That is the area of your life where you have to maintain and sustain mutual efforts through Cancer. It's where you are giving such, it's where you are receiving such. Capricorn is where the reconstruction of your life begins externally from that house. You know that if it's from first house to sixth house, it's very personal. It includes the way that you manage your time with yourself and the outcome that it has with your image and capacity. If Capricorn is in the houses 12 through 7, it has a lot to do with external works and time management that involves you and others. Your personal numerological year does hold significance to this. It's full of insight as to what this means for you personally. So, some of you out there, you're getting the freebies, you're listening to the videos, but do yourself a favor. Get with me behind the scenes so I can get you the notes so you can have the proper view that applies to you. Not just what the fuck you assuming off of watching this content. Respect yourself. Get notes that are for you. Not just walking around Costco getting the free samplers every fucking day. Men are prostitutes and women are prostitutes. And that cycle of prostitution is supposed to come as a realization, a revelation with this Stellium in Capricorn. Transactional intimacy. Nah, that ain't what we're supposed to be doing. Understand that. The pattern that you set in Capricorn already, that sustains your life, the infrastructure therein, you better hold to it. You better respect it, and you better stand by it, because it's not somebody else's responsibility to cover you as an adult. Understand that. Whole persons come together, because right now what it's about is Aquarius, not Capricorn. Understand? Because it's about Aquarius, visionaries come together and produce. Creators come together and they produce. Whole persons come together and they produce. All right? Not a fucking predator that's looking for a come up. Clarify that, huh? With Venus in Aquarius, this helps us to let go of limitations in how we have been approaching relationships, to expand our considerations in what we're willing or desiring to manifest from relationship standpoint. More open-minded, innovative, obviously, and forward-thinking. I'm going to need personalities like this. I'm going to need expertise like that. I'm going to need resourceful individuals like that. I'm going to need connections of this world or of this culture or of this environment or of that professionality. I'm going to need those who are well knowledgeable, well versed in this type of world and that type of atmosphere. It's taking these things into consideration with where you are going. According to the long-term trajectory of what you are manifesting externally, Venus in Aquarius is helping you to be a lot more open-minded about that. To do what you haven't been doing before, to change the patterns that you have had from a relationship standpoint, and stop doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result, manifesting insanity. It's time to do things differently than what the fuck you've been doing it. To come out of that South Node Virgo mindset and attitude of scrutinizing individuals who present themselves in your life. How many opportunities have you blown because you stuck your nose up with all kind of suspicions, arrogance, narcissism, assumptions, and you throw the baby out with the bathwater, not knowing that that person could have revealed something to you that you could have never assumed or anticipated. Aquarius Venus is different because it's about showing us a new reality, showing us new possibilities, and taking us out of the futility of the past. Getting us out of stuck. Getting us out of that assumption of perfection for the self and assumption of perfection for others, where we open up and we see that imperfections are not real. It's opportunity. That every person's unique design, unique situation, unique circumstances, it's raw opportunity through the lens of Aquarius. We're allowing people finally to show up as the real person, as the authentic person, and we are embracing other people from here on out from that mindset that I want to be accepted as I am, so I will accept others as they are. I will not look for signs of perfection, ideals that the status quo has okayed for me. Putting my trust in what society has told me my mate should look like, my wife should look like, my husband should look like, my girlfriend should look like, my boyfriend should look like, my business partner or my companions or community members, whatever the case may be, to no longer scrutinize and pick apart until you self-sabotage the opportunity altogether and throw it away and end up finding yourself by your motherfucking self again, as you always fucking do. Because you're narcissistic. You think you the shit and everybody else is beneath you. You're full of innocence and everybody else is some criminal walking up to you with a knife behind their back, and you just can't wait to say, aha, I knew you had a knife behind your back. It's self-sabotage. Seeing that we don't have the ability to assume the depth of someone in first glance. You see this guy pull up in, I don't know, a 2001 Toyota or some shit. Regular clothes. Walmart fashion. Humble demeanor. Not all decorated and fancy. And you already calculating in your head what he's not. Or you already calculating in your head what she is not. But in giving yourself a chance through this Aquarius Venus transit, you start to discover that wisdom is a value that you didn't consider. You were considering external values, external factors, while losing sight of the value of wisdom that might be with that person. This motherfucker, even though he dressed like that, He knows how to build a house from the fucking bottom, from the first nail of the bottom to the top. This woman can start a business with her eyes closed. But you don't see no European fashion and all this fancy shit on her and long extended nails and weaves and all this shit. So you write her off. She don't got no big ass booty and all this stupid shit niggas be looking for. So you write her ass off. Not knowing that wisdom is what you need for that Cancer Jupiter consideration. Only wisdom can answer that. Only wisdom can respond to that. Only wisdom can honor that reflection of Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Only wisdom. Who has wisdom? Who has competence? Who has skills? Who has experience? Who knows how to do shit that you don't know how to fucking do? Who understands things that you do not understand and you can't catch up to that understanding in one lifetime? Who? That's who the fuck you're supposed to be looking for. But you're blinded. Blinded by the past themes of being in detriment with Venus. Luciferic light. Impressed by the wrong fucking things. All the wrong things. Jupiter is understanding, competence, wisdom, knowledge that takes a lifetime to procure. A lifetime to embody. These are the members of your community that you have to open your mind up to. These are the resources that you have to transfer your perception of value to. Venus in Aquarius. Venus carries the impulse of value and how we relate to value. And in Aquarius, the value is that which can be transferred as service, meaning, progression, innovation, change, revolution, authenticity. If we're scared of intimacy, if we're superficial and suspicious, if we're narcissistic, we're going to miss all opportunity. We're going to miss it.